Hey, everybody. Thanks for listening to part 2 of this spectacular voting episode of the Video Game Awards. We're going to continue the chaos and we're going to go all the way up into the Game of the Year nominee. Who do you think is going to win this year? Make sure to go ahead and leave those comments for us. And without further ado, on to the episode.
All right, these next few we can go through pretty quick. Do any of us play VR? AR? You play some
Get
VR,
out
right,
of
Bo?
here. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Best AR VR for the best game experienced playable in virtual or augmented reality, irrespective of platform. Alien Rogue Incursion, Arcan Age, Ghost Town, Marvel's Deadpool VR, The Midnight Walk. We all agree that Marvel's Deadpool VR does not belong in here because it hasn't fucking released.
I was going to say, there's two of these that I haven't played. One because I haven't played it, and the other because it's not fucking out.
Right.
Well, it came out yesterday, but it wasn't out when the nominations came out.
If Deadpool is in this, how is Fallout Season 2 not in this for best adaptation? I mean,
it makes no sense.
The fuck?
Like, I get it in like the Oscars where it's like, oh, a movie's in limited release, so some people in some cities saw it, but nobody played this because it's not fucking out.
Yeah.
I apologize if you mentioned this earlier. Do you know what the exact cutoff date was for this year for nominations?
I think it's like November 11th or something like that.
Well, the game wasn't out yet, so it had to be after that, right?
Yeah.
For Deadpool?
November 22nd. Or let me look.
Oh, it's something.
I was curious.
It's dumb. It's fucking dumb.
Yeah,
there's no reason why it should have been nominated.
November 21st. I was
21st.
So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what?
Yeah, but it should be
Friday. Or no, that's
that's Friday. Friday the 21st.
But it's weird to even have a cutoff that's after the day of nominations. Like, what's the purpose of the cutoff then?
I don't think a game should be nominated because people haven't been able to play it. Like, I just don't understand.
Why wasn't Metroid Prime 4 nominated for Best Action Game?
Right, exactly.
Or Best Action Adventure while we're at it. Like, it makes no sense. I don't care what the cutoff date is. It's not out. Listen, I don't care if it's a day, a week, a month. If it's not out,
it doesn't.
If the consumer cannot consume the media,
right? Yeah, so that's a little weird. We have some weird ones every year.
That should be kicked out. And even though I've played the demo, but Lumines should have been nominated here.
Okay.
Tetris Effect was nominated and I believe won for Best VR. AR.
And it deserved to win. That was amazing.
Yeah, oh my God. And I can imagine Lumines is the exact same experience and probably mind-blowing. That should have been nominated in place.
Yeah.
Right. What's your vote, Bo?
My vote out of this would be Alien Rogue Incursion.
Okay.
And I actually think that's what's going to win.
No, me too. I thought Alien Rogue Incursion for sure. Again, based on the trailers because I have not played it, but
it's legit. It's a good Alien game. That's all you got to say.
Awesome.
It's not Colonial Marines.
Right.
No, I was going to say Alien Rogue Incursion because I've heard so many good things and based on what I've seen. So thank you for the confirmation bias there, Bo.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Love it. Perfect. All right. This next category.
Let Bob take this one. Let's let somebody else take this one.
I hate it every time. Okay, next category.
All right. I guess I'll say it.
Okay.
On the mobile front. I haven't played any of these. Sorry, guys. But I have heard that Destiny Rivals actually has more players than Destiny.
Tell people what it is.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Best mobile game.
Read it.
I thought you said that already. I'm sorry, dude. Best mobile game. We've got Destiny Rising from NetEase, Persona 5, The Phantom X from Blackwing's Game Studio, Sonic Rumble from Rovio Entertainment. Oh my gosh. Matt, you're an asshole. How do you even say that? Umamasu?
Umamasume?
Yes.
Okay,
thank you.
Pretty Derby.
Pretty Derby from Cry Games and Withering Waves, Matt's most anticipated every year for Kuro Games. All right, Matt, if I put a blindfold on you and gave you a dart and put all these on the board, which one do you think would it hit?
I'll just give it to Destiny. It's one I'm familiar with. It's the IP I'm familiar with. I haven't played it, and I don't care about any of these. It's just not my thing. I don't play on mobile.
Hey,
I'm
the Resident
sure they're
Evil
great.
mobile game came out.
Yeah, I don't care.
Mm,
Snubbed.
all right, and Caleb, I assume you're. What are your thoughts here? Because I assume you don't play many mobile games.
I don't. I play very, very few mobile games, and one I've told Matt this, and he knows that it's my weakness. I do play the Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis because it's Final Fantasy VII, and I fucking have to. And I have every goddamn Tifa outfit because, of course, I fucking do. But I would never nominate it for like a game of the year. You know, I mean, it's not. I play it because I have a problem. I don't play it because it brings me a different kind of joy. But as far as this category is concerned, I honestly think it's between Destiny Rising for recency bias and Wuthering Waves. I know that Wuthering Waves has gotten a very big following globally. I think that's actually going to take the victory. I can't really speak to the rest, to be honest with you, because I don't give a shit. But I would vote for Wuthering Waves just because I know it's done well enough and it's been around long enough, whereas Destiny's a lot newer. And so that's
fair.
Mark.
Wait, you haven't played Umamasume Pretty Derby?
I'm going to play it tonight after we're done with
Umasume better win. That's my vote.
Are you serious?
Okay,
I wanted to win just to see it on the screen at the Game Awards. Do you know what the game is?
No, I have no fucking idea.
It's basically like horse racing, except it's anime
Wait, are the
waifu
girls horses?
with. Yeah, they
I've
have.
heard
Well,
of that.
they're anime waifu girls with, fox ears and tails, and you train them and they race.
No, so weird.
Oh my god!
This is gonna sound like horseshit. My friend was telling me about this, and he could not remember the name of the game, but I think his son might have like stumbled upon it on his iPad or something, and he was asking me if I knew, and I was like, I don't fucking play that shit. But so this actually like puts A and B together that I didn't know, because he was describing it to me that it's like waifus that are horse
That's
people,
funny.
and I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? So this is the game. Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
Okay.
Good to know.
There's a character.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
You don't have to say
Oh,
about
yeah.
that.
Well, so you play the game, Bo?
Would.
No. I mean, I pre-registered. I played it for like an hour, and I was like, I can't. I'm a married man.
All right.
Okay, this is crazy.
Bob, do you?
Oh god, wrong one.
All right. Okay, this is great. I alluded to it earlier, but I will say, out of these, it would have been Wuthering Waves or Destiny Rising. I have a kid that plays those Wuthering Waves, Genshin Impact style games, and even they say Wuthering Waves is not that great, so I'd have to give it to Destiny.
Yeah.
And then Matt, if you mind,
Take it.
I got a feeling on this next category. Do you mind if I take this next one?
Take it. It's all yours, buddy.
Okay, all right.
Oh, shit.
So this next one is best debut indie game for the best debut game created by an independent studio. There are 4 nominees.
They pulled it.
Blueprints.
They pulled the.
Yep,
other
they
one.
did.
Yeah, there's only 4.
Yep,
instead of
there
5.
it is. Yep. Blueprints, Clair Obscur, Expedition 33, Despelette, and Dispatch. All right, gentlemen. I want to say I have to vote for one because I haven't played the others. So on 3.
Yep. Well,
One.
Bo might be.
Bo might
torn.
have a different one for this.
I am torn. We should recognize the studios because these are indie debuts.
Yeah.
To be clear, these are all really good games. All of them.
They're all. Well, I haven't played. I think it's Despelette. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I haven't. That's the one I haven't played. I know nothing about. Blueprints is insane. A lot of people thought that it actually was snubbed for Game of the Year.
Dagu Bomb.
Yeah,
the dev.
Do-
Dagu Bomb.
Dogu Bomb. Yeah,
Dogu Bomb.
and then obviously, I mean, Clair Obscur. That just feels so unfair.
Yeah.
that it's in here with Sandfall.
So I
And-
will. Sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say Despelette is Julian Cordero and Sebastian Fabuena,
Yep.
and of course Dispatch with Ad Hoc. And
Ad Hoc, yeah.
Ad Hoc story is incredible if you've been following that information.
Yeah. Previous Telltale devs, right?
Well, yeah, but Ad Hoc Studio, for the last 7 years, like they talked about how the last 7 years they actually were commissioned by Ubisoft to make a Splinter Cell game, and went through iterations, and that turned into what's it called? That just closed down. Their free to play shooter.
Why am I drawing a
Oh,
blank? I
what?
know what you're talking about, and I am
I don't
drawing
know.
a blank on that.
What,
I can't think of the
free-to-play
name
shooter?
of it.
Yeah.
That Ubisoft made.
Valorant? No.
No.
No, it just closed. It already closed.
X
X
Defiant.
Defiant?
X Defiant, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because they were like, we want a live service, and yeah, Splinter Cell turned into that, and they like almost went bankrupt, and they were able to put together Dispatch and work with Critical Role. So what they've done is incredible, but I mean, Clair Obscur, how do you not vote for Clair Obscur here?
Well, okay, well here, let me ask you specifically about, because you've played Dispatch.
Yeah.
And when I'm looking at these categories, if I like, my voting criterion is all parts and pieces, right? Especially because we're getting closer to Game of the Year as far as the categories are concerned. What is the Dispatch gameplay like?
A little over halfway.
Yeah, but I mean, these categories are all a part of what makes the Game of the Year valid, right?
Yes.
So for Dispatch specifically, because I mean, I'll just break that ice. Clair Obscur is fucking winning this for me. Like, there's not even
there's no way it doesn't. It's winning it. It's what we all vote for.
But the gameplay is, to me, when you're talking about video games, the gameplay is kind of king here. I love narratives. I prefer narratives. But if I'm trying to be as objective as possible, I'm going with the gameplay. So my question about Dispatch specifically is, I know the narrative is great because you and Mason have specifically said like it's fucking awesome and everything I've read about it. It looks great. I'm excited to play it. But what is the specific gameplay like? Because the
gameplay is excellent.
Okay.
So unlike Telltale games, it's less of a point and click adventure. There are no sequences where you're walking around, picking up items, walking to people and talking to them. They cut out that. So it literally is an interactive movie where you're making your choices and you're doing your quick time events. And in between, so the general premise of the game is you're a dispatcher for superheroes. Like a police dispatcher. And so
is that Aaron Paul's character? Is he the dispatcher?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And so a majority of the gameplay, I showed this to Bob and Matt, is you're looking at a 3D scale of the city, and basically calls are coming in real time. So it'll ping up a call and you hear like the caller say, "Oh, I need this, dispatch a hero, quickly, somebody stole my purse. You need to catch up to them and get it back, but please don't hurt the robber." And there's a timer on that call. You have to grab the superhero that you think is best. Superheroes have a grid. Think of like the Death Stranding grid where, it kind of goes based on what you do. And you're like, okay, for that one, I need to get somebody that's fast, but let me make sure that they have enough specs in their intelligence or their charisma, so that way they don't, they can talk to the robber or whatever.
Yeah, they're not dicks.
When you dispatch them, they're now unavailable. They have a travel time, and then they have a resting period after they finish a job. But calls keep coming in, so it's strategy where you're trying to get the right people to the right call, and not fail it because there's skill checks and different things. You're trying to not miss any calls. In the meantime, you might have to do a hacking mini game to where it's like, oh, like, this person needs help. You're constantly doing stuff, and while you're doing it, you're leveling up the superheroes and you're actually allocating skill points. Like, there's actually a lot of depth to the main core gameplay. And it's nice because they cut out all that point and click stuff. I love a good point and click adventure, but when you get rid of it, you just get a lean, really cool story with drastically different. I talked to Mace about it, and our playthroughs were entirely different. every character we chose, every decision we made was opposite, and it was really cool to chat with them about it.
That's awesome.
How different things were, but the gameplay itself is awesome. It's really challenging, really fun. I cannot recommend that game enough.
Well, I'm glad to hear it because, like, obviously the game was nominated, and I feel like it deserved to be nominated. But it is one of those. How do you compare to Clair Obscur? I'm really like just selfishly like the fuck.
You had an indie debut that felt like a AAA game.
Yeah,
like
it delivered on every front. Like it's like okay,
it didn't. And Dispatch it feels like a AAA game within its genre.
Yeah,
but it's not the same. Like it's Clair Obscur. It'd be like if we called Death Stranding 1 by Kojima an indie game.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
And that was going to be the question I want to propose to everybody here. Not to be the meme of that guy that's standing up at the town hall, but it does kind of throw into question the definition of indie game, because by the technical definition, Clair Obscur is an indie game. But I think in the feel and the heart of it, it is truly not. They punched way above their weight class, and I will never doubt that, right? But you still have you have Charlie Cox, you've got all of the other voice actors, you had the backing from major publishers still who were helping you out throughout the process. Same thing with Dispatch, which is why I think there is an argument to be made for Blueprints in this category.
Yeah, you literally have Andy Serkis, one of the biggest names. No, I get what Bob is saying though, because, by definition it meets it. And of course, yes, it was a 34 person team. But then you outsource a lot of work, you have other companies that help, but it is tough. It's really tough.
So and that's why I do kind of want to, I didn't play Blueprints, but it kind of has a little bit of that vote, because independent by not an owned studio or published or backed by the major publisher, but this is the equivalent of taking the top brass from, let's say, Epic. 30 of them go out and they go do their own thing, and it's like, well, at what point does that make them, like, where is that gap? Because you look at the guy behind Megabonk, you look at the guy behind Balatro, or the team behind Blueprints, and it's like, these are people who this is their first fucking game, right? In a lot of cases. So I think there is an argument to be made here for Blueprints. Do I think it's going to win? No, but I think honestly, it is an argument to be made. And if 100%. It wasn't for the strictest definitions of the fact that I haven't played Blueprints, it has my vote in this category. I'm not saying game of the year, but it has my vote.
Yeah. The thing that's craziest to me is I honestly think that all of these other developers and games just had a stroke of bad luck coming out the same year that Clair did. I really do.
Or like Hollow Knight Silksong, those games that were all geared up to come out, and then they shadow dropped one of the biggest games of the year.
And with something like Clair, like I agree with you, and I understand what you're saying 1,000%, Bob, where it's like, yeah, these guys have been at least developing games before. They know enough about what they're doing. But at the same time, if you had somebody who has been working on worked for Warner Brothers for 10 years, let's say. Okay, let's use a real life example. If tomorrow I wrote a script and made a film and was nominated, would I not be eligible because I worked for Warner Brothers and Sony Pictures? Like, I see what you're saying, but I was never the director. I was never the creative director.
Didn't they have a publisher though?
What's that? Sorry?
Kepler Interactive was the publisher, right? So an indie, technically an indie dev publishes their own stuff.
Yep.
And they had a secondary publisher. So I don't know if this.
Well, that's where it's hard. That's where it's like,
it's tough for sure.
Because it was a discussion with Death Stranding, like where people were like, could Death Stranding be an indie game? Because Kojima Production Studios is an independent studio,
right?
But the game was funded by Sony,
right?
And Kojima Studios is this big, so that's where it's like, where's that line drawn?
Yeah,
that's a hard because one. Then Dave the Diver got nominated because it was a small subsidiary, but that company existed under whatever that Chinese company
was.
However you pronounce it.
Yeah,
that has like 60 billion in market share. So
Right.
it's like
Yeah,
it's
tricky.
such this is indies like I feel like indie games it's just evolved over the last few years.
Yeah.
It's
Sure.
really changed.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's tricky. This next category is another independent category. It's best independent game. For outstanding what?
No, just because like all my votes are very easy from here on out. Like I can't.
Right.
That's
but,
fair.
Yeah.
For outstanding creative and technical achievement in a game mode outside or a game made outside of the traditional publisher system. Okay. So traditional publisher system, I guess Kepler Interactive is maybe an indie publisher, and that's why it kind of goes into the indie category. But of course, Claire's in this too. We have Absalom from Guard Crush, Ball Pit from Kenny Sun and Devolver Digital, Blueprints from Dogu Bomb, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Sandfall Interactive, Hades 2, Supergiant Games, Hollow Knight Silk Song, Team Cherry. What a lineup, dude.
Yeah. All of
What
these
a
are awesome
lineup.
choices. Awesome choices.
Best indie. I mean, yeah.
Whenever it comes to categories like this, I do try to mix it up every year. I
That's what
really
I'm gonna do. That's what I'm
I
gonna do.
always try to like I'm not one to ever vote like my pick for action game isn't going to be my game of the year. Like I always try and
Right.
diversify.
Yep.
So
Well,
jumping
you go
in, if
first.
I had to go best independent game here, I would go personally Hades 2.
Okay.
This would be
Yeah.
where I would pick it.
Yep. All right. We all know yours, Caleb.
Yeah, it's
So Absalom doesn't have a chance against.
no
Claire?
in any other year. Honestly, I would probably do the approach
That's
that
gonna be the phrase all night.
But
Any
what
other
Bo was
year.
talking about, where like I do tend to try to mix it up, and be as objective as possible with like
Yeah.
I think you nailed this and you nailed that and you nailed that.
Sure.
Same thing with the Academy Awards and the Emmys though, where it's like very rarely does something come along where it's like fuck, that's just all of the above. Like it just is
No, it's
for
true.
me.
Yeah.
And I think Absalom is incredible. I
Sure.
know that you love Silk Song. It's an incredible game. Hades 2 is an incredible game, but none of them are Claire for me. Like that is I said it on the spoiler cast. That is
Yep.
my favorite game that's come out in 25 years.
Yeah.
That's fucking
Yeah.
nuts. So I have to give it to that for that reason alone. But
Yeah.
all the other ones,
Okay.
totally acceptable. Like it's
Sure.
Yeah.
How about you, Bob?
Man, this goes back. It's another one of those. There are two games on here that I've played, and you got to change it up. Claire has made a lot of them.
Can give it.
I'm going to actually give my vote to Ball Pit because I think Claire has sucking up the oxygen of the room, and I think if you take your time with Ball Pit and don't do what I did, there is a very, very, very good roguelike game in there.
Yeah.
So I already know who's going to win, so might as well vote.
Yeah.
Might as well vote with my heart on this. And Ball Pit's special, man. Go check it out.
What
Gotcha. So you
serious
guys all
question.
think?
What's the music like
Oh.
in Ball Pit?
Okay.
I'm not trying to shit on it because Claire's music is like the best. But
Oh, it's not it's not Claire. It's very arcadey.
okay. I mean, I was genuinely curious because I don't know. But
And so
It doesn't have
I mean,
Minoko's theme.
it doesn't have an Oko's theme. It's very so there's like a central hub, and there's the same chip tune that kind of plays over and over again. And then when you're playing each level has its own little arcadey style repeating, and then it does that thing where if a boss is coming along, the music gets really quiet for a moment, and then the boss comes back and it hits at a higher amplitude or volume. So it's not something to write home about, but it definitely fits what it's shooting for.
okay, I just wondered.
Yeah,
Cool. So you all agree that Claire is probably going to win.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think Silk Song's the only thing that could take it away.
Yep.
I really
And
do.
I think maybe
I agree with
other
that.
people are going to have the same mindset we do and try and diversify And Silksong might have a chance for this. I do think Claire's going to win, but Silksong, I think, has a good chance.
Silksong has to win something. That's the thing. You have to look at some of
Exactly.
these games. Like, there's no way we go through and this
And
game
it
doesn't get
wins.
anything.
It wins this for me.
Hmm.
I'm giving
That's fair.
I'm giving Silksong best independent game. So I do want to diversify.
I'll be stunned
Claire,
if Claire does not win either of these categories.
I'm in love with Clair Obscur Expedition 33.
We all
Silksong
are.
was fucking good though. I mean, I was
and
frustrated.
how many games have we said that about this year? That was fucking good.
Exactly.
2025.
So yeah, I got to give it to Silksong. I do think Claire's gonna win though. Yeah. I think Silksong has the best chance in this category against Claire. I think Silksong, like another game, would have the best chance against Claire in this category would be Silksong.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Our girl Hornet could win. I got to give some love to Silksong though. It's like my third favorite Metroidvania of all time. Like, it was phenomenal.
Well, it's another one of those, because we're talking about games, and my argument does go back to the cinematic feel, the music, the tone, the narrative, all the things that make Claire special. But as far as gameplay is concerned, I'm a huge favor of turn-based. I love it. And I love the way that they did it with Claire. Very different with Silksong. So when we're talking about games and playing it, is it more fun to play Silksong or is it more fun to play Clair Obscur? And that's kind of the thing that I would ask myself if I was on the judge. I know, because they're just very different.
I know.
But it comes down to subjectivity at that point, I think. And for me, I would put the other parts, would give the bonus points to Claire, like the score, soundtrack, the cinematics. I mean, if you studied it as a filmmaker, if you studied Clair Obscur, you would find things that most movies can't even achieve, which is crazy to think about. I mean,
we're going to talk all about more Claire, because this isn't the last one it was nominated.
But as far as Silksong is concerned, I was curious because not having played it,
Silksong has an incredible soundtrack.
Yeah,
it has incredible gameplay. Like, I'd say it's in my top 3 for the year.
Yeah, okay,
easily.
And well deserved. I mean, why not? Right?
It's so good. It's so good. Does someone else want to take the next 4 and then I'll carry on from there?
I'll do it.
Go ahead, Bo.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So next up, we have Best Community Support. I have thoughts on this one. Okay. So, recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness, inclusive of social media activity and game updates patches. For the 3rd consecutive year, we have Baldur's Gate 3 from Larian Studios, Final Fantasy 14 from Square Enix, Fortnite, Epic Games, Helldivers 2 from Arrowhead, and No Man's Sky from Hello Games. If this sounds familiar, it's because it was the exact same nominees as last year.
Oh, no. Dang. Okay. Well, I don't really play any of these except one.
Yeah.
And I don't still play it. And this is the best community support, so I'm not sure, but I'm just going to give it to Helldivers. Helldivers 2.
Yeah, their community support sucks right now.
I was going to say, that's the problem. They've been such a up and down all year.
Up and down. With
certainly not going to give it to Fortnite. I'll tell you that
Steam
right
community now. And Final Fantasy, literally, like, everybody's agreement that their latest expansion is the worst.
Yeah,
Trail possibly ever had
is not being received well.
And it seems like the devs don't care. And Larian Studios is like all but moved on from Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they're on here. I would give it to No Man's Sky. Just again, the actual developments and everything they've done on that game is out of love, and it's all free. The fact that everything they've done is free and the community feedback, I don't know how No Man's Sky hasn't won it, and I hope they win it this year. Yeah. So that's my pick, and that's who I want and think will win.
Yeah, I agree 1,000%. The only thing that I think might throw a wrench in that, because I don't know how many people would keep up on this kind of a thing, I think Baldur's Gate 3's name alone would carry it again. But
yeah, it's possible.
I understand what you're saying with Larian. They basically even stated like, we're kind of done with this, guys. So enjoy it. And they still release patches and stuff, but not like they did for the first year and the second year. So I too would
Right.
go with No Man's Sky, but I think if anything can derail them, it's Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
I'm with you guys on that one. Baldur's Gate 3. So Larian has done what Bethesda did with Skyrim and Fallout, where they're like, "Hey, we did everything we wanted to do. Cool. We're gonna provide patches and updates, but really, it's just
Mhm.
the ability for the community to add their mods,
Yeah.
and that's really not the same thing.
Literally.
When you're comparing them. So yeah, I agree. No Man's Sky. I played it on VR. I played it about a couple of years after launch too. It just keeps getting better.
It's a whole different game.
Uh-huh.
I'm just gonna
It's
vote for that
insane.
one.
There you go.
Tell me when
you go.
Baldur's Gate 3 gets the hot coffee mod.
Yeah.
I'll go back again.
Oh, it's already there. You didn't know?
Please. Oh yeah, there's some shit.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, moving on.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Best ongoing. I actually have always enjoyed this one.
Yeah.
Awarded to a game for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. Once again, Final Fantasy XIV, Square Enix, Fortnite Epic Games, Helldivers 2, Arrowhead, Marvel Rivals, NetEase, and the No Man's Sky Hello Games. Does anybody notice what game is missing this year?
Yeah. Destiny.
Which, yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Fucking
Yep.
gone.
Because
it's wild when you actually see that.
Yeah.
I
I
feel
know.
like they've always been here.
Yeah.
You want to
That's
kick us
crazy.
off here, Matt?
Me? Oh gosh. Best ongoing. I mean, I don't play it, but I've heard a lot of really good things about it, and I think they keep supporting the game. And it's my roommate plays it, so Marvel Rivals.
We heard him earlier.
Yeah, we did.
I would-
He's a very passionate gamer.
As a fellow Rivals player, I will say, because it just came out last December officially, so it's like the first full year, so to speak. And
Yeah.
the only real arguably bad patch they released, I know, like Matt and Bob, you guys aren't going to give a fuck, but we're on season 5 right now. It just started. Like Gambit and Rogue is season 5. Season 4 was probably the weakest with Angela and Daredevil. And that's not because people don't like Daredevil, but a lot of players fell off during the Angela and Daredevil season for whatever reason, myself included. I played it a little bit. I liked him fine. I actually really like Angela as a hero. Didn't
do
like the way
too.
she played, but I like her as a Marvel character. But they really have released, somehow they have kept up with new characters, 2 characters per season, every 2 months. So what is it? 2 months, 2.5 months?
That's awesome.
Every 45 days, I think.
It's fucking crazy. And when they release these patches, it's not like, oh, the game's crashed for 5 days and you can't play it. They've actually done a really good job. So
Yeah.
my vote would probably go for Marvel Rivals this year. It is a little biased because it is new, and even though I haven't played the newest season, I played the other 4. I really want to play season 5 with Gambit and Rogue, but yeah, I'd probably have to give it to them. The only other ones that I could say might take it again would be No Man's Sky, because they're still killing it. But Marvel Rivals,
Helldivers 2 has released a lot of new cool shit. I mean,
A lot.
they have. It's more the community support that makes me think that people sort of go in and out in waves.
Yeah.
Whereas Rivals was like real strong for 3 seasons and then kind of dipped,
Sure.
and then with 5 it came back swinging.
Yeah.
But
okay.
Helldivers 2 is also. I mean, when they did the Xbox release, they got a lot of new players. Like that was cool. So
Yeah.
I could see them winning. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Any input, Bob?
I gonna be honest, Marvel Rivals that I've heard, and I know it's way more popular, but I'm glad to hear your guys' perspective. And the reason I say that is the other people I know that play Marvel Rivals were also Overwatch fans. And Overwatch and the hardcore Overwatch community is trickling off, but there are still people there that played Marvel Rivals and were like for a couple of weeks, and then once the sheen kind of wore off, they're like, it's not the same, and they migrated back to the Overwatch scene or wherever they came from, right? But
I don't want to double dip, so I would give it to Marvel Rivals, but in the spirit of things, No Man's Sky would be a good choice, just because they just released that update where you can build your own spaceships.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
I think of all the things I would. I am half tempted to want to play the game just to see if I can find a way to build the Battlestar Galactica.
Oh my god! Please.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I vote for Marvel Rivals, and
Marvel
going
Rivals.
back, I actually think it was snubbed for multiplayer. I think it should have been in there.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
recency bias hurt that one because it was the oldest. I mean, people forget the numbers, the Steam numbers, the charts, everything that game did.
Yeah.
Prior to your arc raiders and battlefields and all that.
And it actually had a pretty fair microtransaction economy. Like,
it's awesome.
It's one of the best I've ever seen. For being free to play, and you don't lose out on any heroes, you don't lose out on any powers or abilities. You just have different costumes, different outfits, and
where Overwatch puts new characters behind a battle pass.
Yeah.
And yes, you can earn them on the free path, but I forget how many games it comes out to. You have to play like 100 games to unlock one.
Yeah.
They're free.
Like everybody can play Gambit day one when he came out. Like that was it. It wasn't, and that was a really cool. Yeah. I feel like they did a really good job there. So I do agree. I think they might have gotten snubbed with multiplayer.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Next up, this is always another category that, I mean, we usually like. I'm curious if anybody played any of these games, but games for impact. For a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message, we have Consume Me from Jenny Giaucia, I think is how you pronounce that. Despolote, again, Julian Cordero. Lost Records, Bloom and Rage from Don't Nod Montreal. South of Midnight from Compulsion Games, and Wonderstop from Ivy Road.
Haven't played any of them, but I have heard good things about them. You've talked about one of them, and yeah, I haven't played any of them, unfortunately. This is, I think, the only category where I haven't, besides the mobile category, where I haven't played any of them.
Don't let Matt lie to you. He's played every mobile game.
He
actually bought 5 phones so that he could play all of them at the
Clash
same time.
Royale and clans of whatever.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I can't.
I will say the only 2 that I know here are South of Midnight and Consume Me. I have not played them. South of Midnight was on my list to play. Haven't gotten to it yet. But I've heard that Consume Me is really, really, really good. I can't really stand behind it, so take that with a grain of salt.
Right.
But, what do you guys think, Bob and Bo? Do you have anything in this category?
I know 2 of them. And obviously South of Midnight. I think that's the kind of the big dog on the list here. Yeah. And then Wonderstop. I actually heard that was it was kind of cozy and fun. I didn't get a chance to check it out, but those are the rumblings I hear.
I mean, they're Annapurna, and Annapurna does really good stuff.
They do.
So,
that's fair.
Yeah.
Yep. See, so the 2 I know, I mean, I've only played one, which is South of Midnight, and I'm familiar with Lost Records. I mean, again, Don't Nod has a great reputation as well.
Don't Nod is great. Is that 90s one? That super 90s game?
Yeah. It's episodic, but it's only 2 episodes, and it's like tape 1 and tape 2.
Okay.
I think it's like 80s, but I know it got good reviews. I've wanted to check it out.
Yeah.
South of Midnight's it's what I played, and it's super underrated of the year. It really is. Criminally underrated. I think once you guys play it, you'll be like, why did that get such negative reviews? Did you draft it, Caleb?
I did. I believed in it, and I still do. I mean, I'm still going to play it someday. I was a little surprised with its score. But I did feel like even before the game came out, I was like, if anything is the weakest link here, it seems like it's going to be the combat. But that's not a game that I would necessarily play solely for the combat.
No.
So whatever.
The combat's it's not bad. It's not bad combat. It's serviceable.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I
have heard
fine.
mixed things on it. I've heard mixed things.
So can I ask you, because you're going to vote for this one because you did play it, but games for impact are obviously different than like action, adventure, whatever. Why would you support this one for impact? Like what? Because
The narrative.
okay,
Yeah, there's
Good question.
so it all dives. No, it's a great question. It's reasons why games like Grease and um Celeste, they've
yeah,
all won this award. Um, it's it all focuses on like Southern Black folklore,
hmm
and I didn't really know a lot about that folklore. And Southern folklore is very similar. I mean, my understanding now is it's very similar to like Latin American, Mexican folklore,
so, okay,
where a lot of that lore involves children. So like there's a lot of trigger warnings at the beginning of the game because there's just a lot to deal with children trauma, like children death, things like that. And so the story beats like every quote unquote level or world is a different folklore story
okay,
and with a different message on each, and they each are pretty heavy hitting. Like very emotional. It's just very good. Like it's really good. I highly recommend people play it, and I hope it comes to PlayStation, so more people can play it because it is
Yeah.
really good.
So do you think they did a really good job with representation?
Oh
I mean, for
yeah,
not really knowing, it's a hard question to ask because, like, obviously, you and I we don't know Black folklore except you played South of Midnight and I didn't. So,
feels
uh,
authentically like Louisiana. Like
that's
it,
cool. That's
it feels
Very
like
cool.
a game about African American characters made by African American developers. Again, I don't know if that's true, but it feels like it was made by people of the culture
sure.
that really understood it, and that
That's
is
important.
earns
That is
massive respect.
kind of the
Yeah,
point of games for impact is
exactly.
you educate or make an impact on uh your average person. Like that's neat. I like that. So I'm glad to hear that. Again, I hope it does well. I mean, at this category, I hope that. I mean, all of them seem like they've
I
are
usually end
to
up
be there.
playing most of the games in this category because
Yeah,
yes, they're usually like shorter, smaller games,
yeah,
but I love those intimate stories.
hmm
Awesome.
definitely.
Looks like you had something to say, Bob.
No, you keep going.
Okay.
I'm enjoying the conversation.
For sure.
So yeah,
What
I
do
know.
we think's
I
gonna
feel
win?
this is the one where I was the only one. I mean, I hope it's South
South
of
of Midnight?
Midnight, but I honestly don't know. Like, I don't know who the front runner in this one is.
Yeah.
I'm even
Same
out of the
here.
loop on this category.
Same here. Cool.
So we'll find
Next
out.
one.
Next one, innovation and accessibility. Recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience.
Yep. So the
We have,
accessibility settings, the features included in the game.
I love it. I love that is now
It's
an
awesome.
award.
And that's
Mhm.
one of the top categories too. Like this is a big one.
Yeah.
This is great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed Shadows from Ubisoft, Atomfall from Rebellion, Doom: The Dark Ages, EA Sports FC26 EA, and South of Midnight again, Compulsion Games.
I've played one of these, so I haven't, and I dove into the settings. And they're very accessible when it comes to like difficulty. Doom: The Dark Ages, and you can really like a lot of sliders. There's a bunch of accessibility options in there. I don't really use accessibility, but this is awesome for people that need it, and it's an incredible category. So I'll probably defer to your guys' judgment on this because I know you've played. Well, Bo, you've played one other one. I'm not sure.
I've
Have you
played
guys
3
played
of
any of
these.
these? Okay, 3.
I've played 3.
Yeah, yeah.
I read a
Doom,
lot
South of
about
Midnight,
South of
yeah.
Midnight's accessibility though. That was a
Okay,
big
cool.
feature they were talking about when the game was still unreleased. And so by default, I would pick that just because I know they made it a big deal. And the things that I saw in the Xbox showcase were like, wow, like that's really, really cool. But to
Yeah.
be fair, as much as I would have loved to have played Assassin's Creed Shadows and Doom: The Dark Ages by now, I still haven't. So I would also sort of defer. I just know South of Midnight had a lot of really good
Sure.
accessibility features.
Bo, I pose to you the same question that you asked me. What type of game is glaringly omitted this year?
From accessibility?
Yeah. Sony
Oh,
first party.
man. Which one?
So it's omitted. So Sony first party. There's no Sony first party in here.
Yeah.
Usually they're in here.
Right. No, there always is. You're right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You're right. Yeah, they're always pioneers.
Right.
That is true. Yeah. Wow.
Yep.
And I can't
Crazy.
even.
You know, if
what would
I
be.
had to vote, I mean, again, I don't mess with the accessibility features, but obviously I see them. Like I have toyed with them, like just to see like what they do. Like who hasn't got into The Last of Us and be like, oh, what does that look like?
Yeah.
It's really cool to see.
Yep.
Based on that, I would actually give this to Assassin's Creed Shadows.
That's what I
Um,
was thinking you were going to.
there's so much you can do, and they have one of my favorite things in a game is I can customize like font size. Because I will game from I'm at my work desk and my TV's over there, and it's an 85-inch, but it's out there it's more like a 55-inch. And some games it's hard to read the menus from this distance.
Mm-hmm.
And when I can customize that, that's just something simple for me. Let alone disabled players. Like you can customize. There's got to be like 20 different customization options just for subtitles. Like
Wow, very
it's
cool.
insane the customization you can do. It's actually really impressive.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Cool.
And you have to go through when you start the game. It makes you like go through all of it first, so you see it all.
Nice. Bob, you played one of these.
Yep. I played Doom, and you're absolutely right. They did a lot of good stuff in there. And after a couple of updates too, they added some extra things, particularly with like audio balancing and things like that, which is important in accessibility. So, but I would definitely defer to the quorum here. And if AC Shadows has the accessibility, then you know what? Then I totally take your word for it, man.
It's getting it.
Could be Doom too. It's hard, It's
I do
because I don't know what the criteria is.
The rest of us are fortunate enough that we don't need them. I mean,
exactly.
it sounds mean, but I don't mean it that way. It's just like it's not something that isn't important. It's just sort of at the back of our minds when we're playing a game. Like you'll mess with it, and then you don't, because you don't need it. You don't keep it on. You just change it back and whatever.
Well, case in point, Matt has a cane. So his thoughts on if a place is more accessible to him than us is just going to be from a whole different perspective.
Right.
So
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So thankfully there's no accessibility options for canes unless it's like VR or something. Right? I'm not standing up and jumping up and down when I'm gaming. I'm just like chilling, sitting in the couch. So
yeah, I could see Assassin's Creed winning this.
Yep. Okay, cool.
I look forward to see the winner, actually, to know where the community went, where the
agreed, and
so-called experts.
Yeah, let Ubisoft get a win here.
Yeah, they need one for sure.
They need one for sure. Yeah.
I personally think. I mean, I have a lot of thoughts on the next one, but I think Caleb should take the next.
I was literally just about to say, I said, Caleb, why don't you take the next three,
yes, please.
my friend?
I have major thoughts about this one. So the next category up is Best Performance, awarded to an individual for voiceover acting, motion, and/or performance capture. The nominees, hold your objections until the end. Ben Starr for Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Charlie Cox for Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Erika Ishii for Ghost of Yote, Jennifer English for Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Konatsu Kato for Silent Hill F, and Troy Baker for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Because I am starting, I will go last to give my thoughts on this. But I'm actually going to kick this over to Matt first for his thoughts on this category and the nominees.
Where do we want to start? What do I think shouldn't? Who do I think shouldn't be in there?
Who was snubbed? Who was your snub?
Was snubbed?
Yes.
My snub, Troy Baker.
You think Troy Baker
for Higgs?
But for Higgs.
Higgs. Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Dude, Why wasn't he nominated for Higgs?
I would agree with that.
Holy
1000%.
shit.
He does a great indie, but I do
Yes.
think his Higgs performance was more powerful.
Oh
I'm
my
just,
God.
just saying that as a
Yeah.
as a
I
voice actor.
don't have that comparison, so I don't.
Yeah.
But you do, and from what I saw with Higgs, like, holy shit,
Yeah.
I 100% think that he should have got nominated for Higgs in this. Yeah. Other than that, I don't know why Charlie Cox was nominated. He, you know,
Do you?
was,
I do
That's
want
what
to
in
I
and
know.
said
out.
too.
Do you have
He
any
was
other
in and out.
snubs that you?
Snubs. Oh man,
Because I have a big snub that bothers me. I'll
probably
just tell you right
what
now, it's
tactics?
Andy Serkis. How Andy
Oh
Serkis
yeah,
was not in for Clair
Renoir.
Obscur.
Renoir.
His performance was fucking incredible, but we'll get back to that in a minute. I was curious if anybody else cared about that.
No other. I mean, honestly, like it probably will never get nominated, and I really wish this game we saw maybe once, but the Traveler from Chronos: The New Dawn, that she was incredible in it. So, but it will never get nominated. But yeah, other than Snubs, no other ones.
Okay.
So,
so who would you?
We can all discuss on who shouldn't be in here. What's my vote?
Yeah. Like if you were to pick who you thought had
already know.
I mean, I feel like I do, but
Oh, I already know.
Well, I'm not gonna say who he voices because it's kind of a spoiler. Ben Starr.
Just
yeah,
say
but
the
Ben
actor,
Starr's your
yeah.
guy. Okay.
Ben Starr, 100%. It was my favorite character in Claire, and I mean he made me fall in love with him when he did Clive in Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah.
He's an incredible voice actor.
No, he is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Ben Starr gets my vote for
Okay.
Redacted in Clair Obscur Expedition.
For his
30.
performance in Clair Obscur.
For his performance.
I almost said the characters, and then I was like, no, never mind. I'm not gonna do that.
Right.
So next up, let's go with Bo. What are your thoughts on this?
Troy Baker. I had expressed this in the chat. I mean, you forget that it's not Harrison Ford.
That's awesome.
Like he's that good. And my vote comes from an area of with AI right now and a lot of that contention and an AI artist getting a Grammy nomination and all this other shit. Like he is a testament to the power of voice acting. You know, when you have actors that are signing over their voices,
You mean like Michael
you know,
Caine and Matthew McConaughey?
Michael Caine
Yeah.
and didn't James Earl Jones do something similar? I thought with Disney.
He did near the end where it was like you can use X, Y, and Z. It wasn't quite the AI thing that we're in now.
Yeah.
But it was a little bit like.
But actors are signing it over. And it's a testament that we don't need Harrison Ford to sign over his voice when we have voice actors that can literally be Harrison Ford.
That's awesome.
And so I picked Troy Baker on many levels for that. If anybody else from Death Stranding would have been nominated, I would have picked them as well.
Lisa Doe.
She was awesome.
And oh my God, so good. And I mean the obvious unsung hero, but Luca Marinelli in that game.
Yeah.
Shocked he didn't get a nomination.
That was actually my biggest surprise, to be honest with you. I thought for sure, I was like, he's a lock, right? Like at least for a nomination.
Mads got it in DS1. I figured he was a lock in this one.
Yeah.
So, but no, Troy Baker.
Cool.
Troy Baker. Now, I do have a question for you. If Troy Baker were nominated for Indie and Death Stranding, which route would you go? Do you
question?
It would still be Troy Baker for that same merit as far as countering AI.
Yeah, but would it be Indie or would it be Death Stranding?
It would be Indie. It would be Indie.
All right.
Okay.
But Matt knows how much I love Troy Baker's Higgs. Yeah. I was like kicking out the character Joel. I was like, in my opinion, that was like my favorite Troy Baker performance was Higgs and DS2.
Top tier. Yep.
Yeah. Mine's still Joel, but I understand that like Higgs is right there. It's just
yeah.
So what about you, Bob? What are your thoughts on this?
So obviously, I think Higgs is I didn't listen to Indy, but Higgs was just God. I love it. It was the right level of evil and creepiness and mystique, all wrapped into one big
and
fucking ball.
hilarity
and
Somehow.
humor. Oh man, kind of like almost like Handsome Jack from Borderlands 2.
Oh, that's a good comparison, actually.
Yeah.
Sure.
I like that.
I think they wouldn't stand a chance, but I think there could be an argument in a different world to take Charlie Cox out of this and actually insert Joe Pitts
Oh,
from
yeah.
Final Fantasy Tactics.
Yeah. Was he Delita?
He was Ramza.
Or he was Ramza. The Delita also did a really good job, but
yeah. I think there's an argument for him as Ramza because that voice acting in there was really well done.
It's perfect.
Surprisingly,
it was perfect. I did not think it was going to be as good as it was. That's true.
Charlie Cox just came in, big name, didn't even know anything about the game, read his lines. And
he had one day, and that's all I said.
I will
give me like a best character category.
I will defend Charlie Cox nomination for one reason, not over the others. I do think that others probably deserved it more. It's a testament, and I'm trying real hard not to go into spoiler territory, but for his one day and what he did.
Oh yeah.
How powerful when things
It's true. He did a great job.
He did such a great job that you're like, fuck, man. He was real good. And so, but I see what you're saying. I feel like of the voice actors in this category and other people that deserved it more, in my opinion, such as Death Stranding 2 and even Final Fantasy Tactics, he probably is the one that shouldn't have been there. But boy, when you take him out, because I thought about it, I said, if he wasn't in this category, I would probably be arguing like, well, why not? He was so good in the role he had. Like I feel like this category this year deserved like 30 people, and
it did because I didn't even touch on Dispatch and Aaron Paul. When you play it, you're gonna go, how did Aaron Paul not get nominated for this? That will be one of your immediate reactions.
Probably.
He's so good
because I've seen and a lot of Aaron Paul works, and I know he was real nervous about doing this voice acting for this game. Because he just didn't understand. He's like, this is a different world for me. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And he's openly admitted that. So I'm really happy to hear that he did a great job because I was concerned. I was like, you can have the best actors in the world do something they don't understand and it sounds like dog shit or it reads like dog shit because they just don't know their character or their motivation or whatever. But so from my perspective in this category, might surprise you, I'm actually going to go with Jennifer English. I think I can make an argument for anybody. I really could.
Mael was great.
But Jennifer English is Mael. I mean, and I also did. I know, Matt, you didn't play Baldur's Gate 3. Bob and Bo, did you guys play Baldur's Gate 3?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Jennifer English, while a lot of people joke like, oh, Shadowheart is in Clair Obscur, she's not Shadowheart. She is wildly different in this game. She's a very, very good voice actress. She's amazing.
Yes.
And I think that what she brought to Mael throughout the course of Clair Obscur, yes, I think it's awesome, but she really just brought something extra special that the rest of the team, they matched, but she was just, wow.
Well, sure. Again, not getting into spoilers, but like she plays the more adolescent character and a character that just has to have more dynamic emotional range.
Yeah. And the growth throughout the game for all the characters is great. Ben Starr,
but hers really evolves.
I love Ben Starr, so this was a really hard.
Who doesn't like Ben Starr?
But I mean, it's weird because his redacted character and his Clive from 16 are, you could argue as a layman, are very similar in the delivery on the surface. The minute you get past the surface, Redacted is a very unique character from Clive.
Yep.
And that's so hard to do when you have his
remember
baritone timbre and stuff. I mean, he delivers things similarly, but not the same. And that is so fucking difficult to do. That mad respect for the guy for being able to do that. Yeah. And Jennifer English does the same thing. So
Bo and I were talking about this redacted character, and I just want vaguely just an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
so
And he does it. I mean, he
yeah.
does
I
it
fell in love with him the moment I saw
did
and heard
not.
him.
right.
Yeah,
I
I
Oh, and
know.
I hated him.
Yeah,
Well,
it took
yeah.
me a while,
Sure.
and then I was like,
Right.
okay.
But that's the
Yep.
thing that makes his
Yep.
performance really special too. And again, I don't want to
Yes.
take anything away from anybody in this category, even Charlie Cox.
Right.
I feel like he more of an honorable mention, honestly. I will say the one thing about Troy Baker with Indiana Jones, and I'm not shitting on it because he did a great job as Harrison Ford. I wish he was nominated for Higgs over Indy because impressionism to me is not as impressive as making your own character. And he made Higgs his own fucking character. No,
That
his
is
own
fair.
Indy.
That is
Hmm.
fair.
He did his own Indy, like
Yeah.
fine. But there were a
That
lot of
makes
times
sense.
where I was like, I feel like this is Harrison Ford. And that's cool because Indy is such a hard character. You're not going to change Indiana Jones that much. You can't.
Right.
You just can't. And he did great. But I do feel like his performance for Higgs would deserve it more than Indiana Jones. That's just
No, it was
being as
completely
like,
unhinged Troy Baker.
yeah. And to the point,
Yeah.
like you felt his crazy, right? Like you, I mean, you did in this game more than the first one, I would say,
Mhm.
where I was just like, oh my God, you're bringing it, Troy. What the fuck? Like he was just otherworldly in this. So, but my vote would be
Who
for
you
Jennifer
choosing?
English. What's that?
Bob, did you choose one?
No,
Not yet.
Yeah.
I was still giving you the logic because I had a couple other thoughts for you there.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was my fault.
No,
Let me
you're
cut you off.
fine because I liked your Jennifer English.
Yeah.
I'm still
I do
going.
too.
I'm still taking Ben Starr, but I think Jennifer English is a very, very strong second
Oh,
contender on
yeah.
this because she did something that, like you said, Bo said, the adolescent.
Yeah.
That certain level of emotional immaturity and a lack of frontal lobe reasoning, and she did a really good job with it. And I think the thing for Charlie Cox's redacted character in Clair Obscur that I think is why he shouldn't be on here is I think his character was better. It was sold better through the mocap actor than it was Charlie Cox himself.
Yep.
I
It's
think
different.
to the
You know
scene.
what? That's a good point.
I think to
I
the
like that.
scene, and you guys will know what I'm talking about, with a certain creature who wants a certain rock, and then immediately explodes. What does that character do? He goes, just looks like confused
It's
at
the
everybody
best.
else.
It's the
That's
best.
not voice actor. That's not to
True.
discredit him, but that's the mocap actor.
Well, that's actually
Very
kind of
good
going
point.
back to when we were talking about the best indie game or best debut game and all those. That's cinematic. The show don't tell, the narrative thing that in my opinion, other games are real close to that, but they just don't come. That's a visual
Yeah.
gag that you would not be able to pull off
It
on
was
your best
brilliant.
day. And that's one scene from this game that takes up
I
like 3
laughed my
seconds.
ass off.
I laughed out loud. And I told everybody in my circle about it who didn't give a shit about the game. I'm like, this thing happened. It was hilarious. And they're like, wait, there's a what? And a this is happening. And I'm like, it's great. You got to see it. Right? That's kind of what puts Clair Obscur ahead of the pack for me. But you're right. The mocap for that, the dude just nailed it. He didn't have to even say anything. He just looked. He just gave a look, and that was all it took. But yeah, I'm wondering if you guys, for the other games, did you feel like there were any other snubs this year for not Clair Obscur? Other games.
Dude, half the nominees are from Claire.
Yeah, I see, and that's why I don't think it should ever be that way. I really don't.
I do think we should have a
'Cause then you-
female and male, and main and supporting. I really do. I think.
No, I
has
think
now
they should
gotten
at this stage too. No, I think so. I mean, obviously they tried it. They did 3 males and 3 females. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah.
But I mean, just give us both at this stage. Split it up. We don't need supporting. Just give us best male and best female. That's fine.
Yeah.
Because there's just too many good voice actors out there. And again, voice actors are trying to be heard. I mean, that's why we had the SAG-AFTRA strikes and all these different things. Pay respects. People won't be mad if you split it up and give 2 different categories. Pay them their dues.
Yeah.
Get that publicity out there for them. So no, I love that idea, Caleb, of having best actor and best actress.
I'll get Jeff on the phone and see what what we can do about it. I wish I could.
Call
Right?
Jeff.
Yeah.
Call your boy.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah.
Who do we think's going to win?
I do think it'll be Troy Baker.
I think it's between Troy and Ben Starr. As much as I would love Jennifer English, I do think that those two are the front runners.
If an actress wins it, it'll be Jennifer English. Of the three nominated, she is hands down the best.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I agree. Ben Starr has a good shot as well.
He has a big following, which helps. And his Redacted was very powerful in the grand scheme of things. His performance was very powerful. So I think that's kind of
He's just a wonderful human being.
He really is. He did Tifa cosplay, and he did a good job.
Oh my god!
You ever seen it? It's hilarious, by the way.
I need to.
It's absolutely
share it in the Discord, please.
Yeah.
After.
It's one of the funniest things in the world.
Oh my goodness, that's funny.
Well, you're up for the next two still, Caleb.
All right.
Yes, you are.
So next up, best audio design, recognizing the best in-game audio and sound design. The nominees are Battlefield 6, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, Ghost of Yote, and Silent Hill F. Now, I'm going to go in reverse order this time, and especially because I feel bad since I kind of interrupted Bobo. Bob, you're up first. What do you think for best audio design?
Bobo.
So there are two in here that I've played, and if you were to ask me to, you're asking me to vote, I could probably flip a coin.
Yeah.
And be happy with either decision.
Completely.
This is and so I'm going to split this in the next one that's should be coming up. I think it's the next category. I'm going to split them up. I think the way audio was done and the way I just overall think Death Stranding 2 is just a little bit better.
Nice.
And that's not coming from the next upcoming categories point of view, but when you look at the way it was used and leveraged inside of Death Stranding, I think it was better. There was one thing about the audio design specifically for Claire that I really appreciated, and I don't want to say because it kind of ruins a little bit of the mechanics of the game, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Matt, we talked about this. Yeah. But outside of that, it was a good. It fit the tune, but come on now, you've got to. I don't know how to say this, but you got to soothe a certain thing inside of Death Stranding 2, and it's coming through the controller as well. So I think it was done better in that regard. So that's why I'll give it to Death Stranding.
Okay.
Like yeah.
What about you, Bo? What are your thoughts on audio design here?
Yeah, Death Stranding 2 on this one actually is pretty easy for me, and a lot of it is my perspective is just it's like more the sound mixing side of it. So you're driving, you've got the sounds of the vehicle you're in, you've got the terrain that you're driving on that's got a different sound, you've got the rain coming in, you might have your music playing. All of a sudden you're in a BT zone, there's different sounds there. Like there's so many sounds and each one is clear and just that mix is perfect.
Yeah.
Claire being the turn-based game, again, the audio is fantastic, but there's not as much that has to be done on that level of mixing. It just doesn't, and even then, when you're traversing the world, again, I don't want to get into spoilers, it's pretty basic on a sound level, but yeah, so Death Stranding 2, I just think it's above and beyond.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Matt? What are you thinking?
Well, I am between the same two.
Yeah.
Right? Claire and Death Stranding.
And I've played all 5, yeah, and it comes down to those two.
Yeah, I played 3 of them. And I beat 2.
Yeah, shit.
So, yeah, Claire did that unique thing that didn't require you to have the other thing. That was very interesting, to say the least. But yeah, Death Stranding, man. It like you nailed it, Bo. He just mixes so many things, and they did. Yeah. You have the track, and then you have the ambience, and then you have the footsteps even. And then
Mhm.
sometimes, the audio design in Death Stranding
Just
is
holding your
up
breath
there.
around BTs,
Yeah.
like that sound
Yeah.
design is so
And I
good
played it
that
with
like
headphones,
your own
too.
heart rate goes up. And,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
yeah.
I got to give it to Death Stranding 2 on the
Okay.
beach.
So
For
before
sure.
I give my thoughts, did you guys feel anything was snubbed?
Yeah,
Audio
I
design.
do.
What's that?
Chronos.
Oh, okay. Bo, you played Chronos 2, is right? Right?
I did.
Do you agree
That
the
audio
audio
was
design
good.
was like?
It very well could have been thrown in there.
How about you, Bob?
100%.
Do you have any snubs that you can think of?
I wouldn't say necessarily snubs, but I like to give a shout out. I really appreciate what Virtuous, sorry, did with the remake for Delta.
Oh,
I
okay.
it's really good. If you play with headphones and take the game slow paced, you can learn to appreciate the ambient sounds that are coming along, especially when you're hiding. I'm not saying it was
That's very
necessarily
good.
snubbed, but I definitely think it was because I can't speak to 3 of these games, but it was definitely in that echelon.
Okay.
Who I think could have been in here, Split Fiction.
Oh,
Especially if you play couch co-op.
yeah.
With a split screen and two people are doing two different things, that sound design and mixing is stellar. And again, jumping between the fantasy and sci-fi, it's clean.
Yeah.
Good to know. So my vote actually might surprise you with best audio design, because this was a very difficult one for me, obviously, between the two big boys.
Battlefield 6.
When you're talking, definitely those guns, really hard to do. Nobody's ever done that before.
Right.
When you're talking about audio design, it's like in the Academy Awards, they have best sound mixing, and then they have best sound design, I believe, are the two categories. I always fuck it up, and it's like so complicated until you really
the
sit
same
down and
movie
figure it
usually
out.
wins both, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's weirder when to me, a lot of years they get it in reverse. If it's ever split, it's like, no, the design was better in that one and the mixing was better in that one, and you guys fucked it up. But I think half the time they don't even know their own categories anymore. With best audio design in video games, I will be honest, I don't know what the criteria is when they give these nominations. If we were going on score and soundtrack and just musicality, Claire would actually slam dunk. I mean, I love Woodkid. I love what they did with the score,
I agree.
with everything in Death Stranding. But you're absolutely right when it comes to things like audio mixing and the feel you get and how they use the music or how they use the audio to better the experience or to augment the experience. Death Stranding 2, in my opinion, wins by like 1/1000th of a percent. It's real close. They're both really good, but
they're very different.
Death Stranding 2 uses that sound, that audio, to tell the story more often than Clair Obscur does. Boss fight battle music in Clair Obscur is awesome, but it doesn't make you feel anything other than like, I gotta kick this thing's ass, or whatever it is. Whereas in Death Stranding, as spoiler free as we can get, when you're walking somewhere, you're driving somewhere, and you're off the chiral network, and then this music just pops up, and like you said earlier, with the holding your breath and hearing that that mixing and like the heartbeats, like all of the things, they literally thought of everything. The only argument that I can make for Clair Obscur that like augments the game as far as audio design is sound cues for dodging and parrying.
Yes.
And those are great. Yes. Those are fantastic.
Oh, it's satisfying.
But compared to Death Stranding 2, it's like, it's really
a whole different beast.
It really is. So I do have to give it to Death Stranding 2, but boy, was it close.
All right. That's all of us. Death Stranding 2. Who do we think is going to win?
I do think Death Stranding 2 is going to win. I think the only one that could
it would feel proper if it did. If Claire wins, it'll just be like, okay, now we're just giving Claire an award just to have it. Where it's like, no, like Death Stranding 2 has the best sound.
Well, I think it'll be for people who might not know how to separate score and music, or whatever it's called. I think it's score and music, because the audio design is not bad by any means. I mean,
No, it's not.
Again, spoiler free, but you know that there's the free aim for the guns and the shooting and all that stuff.
Mhm.
That is audio design that changes because you've got a different perspective from the character. Is it as powerful as Death Stranding 2? I personally don't think so. And that's saying a lot because Claire is like my game, right? But yeah, that I feel like that category is easily one of those two. And if it's not, somebody's clicked the wrong thing. Like I can't imagine anything
Oh my
else winning.
goodness.
All
right.
Last for me, but
This-
not least, best score in music.
I think this is going to be unanimous.
I think so. For outstanding music, inclusive of score, original song, and/or licensed soundtrack, we've got Christopher Larkin for Hollow Knight Silk Song, Darren Korb for Hades 2, Lorraine Testar for Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Toma Otoa for Ghost of Yote, and Woodkid and Ludwig Vorsell for Death Stranding 2 on the Beach. Now,
What a lineup, dude.
what a lineup. This is,
Holy shit.
in any other year, this would be a lot harder. But I'm just going to kick this off this time because it's my last category that I'm introducing. This is a clear Clair Obscur winner for me. Darren Korb is incredible. Darren Korb is amazing. Hades 1 obviously was wonderful. Hades 2, I have no doubt is going to be wonderful. Bo,
Oh yeah, Ashley Barrett's on there again,
wonderful.
and yeah.
You guys have praised Silk Song's music for being wonderful. I've
Especially
played in
Act Two.
Platinum Ghost of Yote. The music is very, very specific.
The Samisen, yeah,
it's great.
Mhm.
It's just not Clair Obscur. I mean, Lorian brought it. It's so hard to put into words how great that score and soundtrack is, or score and music is. Excuse me. It does everything fucking perfectly. So, giving the audio design to Death Stranding 2 for reasons that we mentioned, the counter is just so true for score and soundtrack for Claire. That is
100%.
my cake, and I'm eating
Easily.
it, and I don't care. Do you guys all agree? I mean, is it
Hands
Oh,
This
down.
is a hands down 100%.
it's a slam
vote.
dunk, right?
Just
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's
yeah.
one of the greats.
If it
It's
doesn't
one of the
win, it will be robbed.
If it doesn't win,
Yes.
somebody is rigging this bullshit. So,
Yeah.
at least as far as nominations are concerned, do you guys think anything was snubbed?
South of Midnight.
Really?
Sword of the Sea.
Okay.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you.
So I haven't played Sword of the Sea. South of Midnight
Ooh.
has a phenomenal soundtrack.
Yeah.
Like it is among the year's best, and yeah, it
Wow.
should be in here.
Okay.
You played The Pathless. You played Journey.
I know. So I can imagine.
It's Austin Wintry, and it's an incredible.
Oh, I didn't know it was
soundtrack.
Austin Wintry. Okay.
Yeah, that is a surprise.
Okay.
I was a little
So-
surprised when I didn't see it, but when I saw the nominees, I was like, this category needs to be
Right, and that's where
above.
it's hard. Yeah, I'm like, of course, South by Midnight wasn't gonna get, or South of Midnight wasn't gonna get nominated in here.
Yeah.
Where do you put it? What do you take out?
Yeah, these
Yeah.
are all really good choices. Honestly, as fucked up as it is, I would say the weakest of these 5 is probably
Silk
Ghost of
Song.
Yote. That would be.
Oh, see, mine is Silk Song.
But well,
What?
I don't know Silk Song music as well,
Oh,
so
no, not even close.
to be fair, and I'm not crapping on Yote. I really, really dig the music,
Sure.
the score and music in
This
it.
is like the cream of the crop, you know?
Yeah, it's you're comparing the best of the year. Like
Yeah.
it's so hard. So
It's so hard.
you know,
Yeah.
but yeah, we don't have to dwell on that. We've blown Clair Obscur enough.
And it's
It's
going
it's
to
fine,
win.
So,
Oh yeah, and I'm curious to what they'll perform at the Game Awards.
Yeah.
That one song. We'll get it in the game the GOTY nominee orchestra, right?
Yeah.
But I think we're gonna get a singular performance of a specific song from Claire. They have to.
Oh, we already know
Yeah.
which one it is.
Yeah, it'll be Alicia.
it should
Yeah.
be, but I
There's
guess we'll see.
there's
No.
no way.
It better be Minoko.
And I'm gonna be
Dude,
Oh, I would lose it.
I would lose my mind if it was Monopoly.
I literally, when I got
Be
to
li-
that music, I messaged Matt, and I literally just sat there for like 10 minutes and didn't
Yeah.
press any buttons. It just jammed out. I was like, this rocks.
dude, and then Una Ve at Tamir or something like that. You know which one I'm talking about.
Mhm.
That one fight. That one.
Oh,
I put
yeah.
down the controller and I was like,
The like stone guy.
fuck. No. It's a big
no,
boss
I know what you're
fight.
talking about. I know what you're
Yes.
talking about.
Yes.
Yes.
like-
Oh my god. Oh.
What?
Yeah.
And then when the things come in and the vocals,
Yeah. It's
so the range of that soundtrack is incredible. It's one of my
Man.
favorites of all time. It's up there with Final Fantasy for me. Like
That's up there.
he just did an incredible job. The whole team did an incredible job.
Yeah.
Like he came in from SoundCloud and was just like, I got this. So yeah.
Yep.
We're in the home
Awesome.
stretch here.
We
Yeah, we are.
Bob, do you want to take some or you want me to do the
real
last four?
quick, do you
Tell you-
know, Matt? Do you know what the translation is for that song title?
No.
You should look it up. I don't want to say anything because
yeah.
again,
Put it in the
spoilers
chat.
and stuff. But okay, yeah. While Bob
Okay.
goes, I will.
I'll propose this to you, Matt, because I know you want to take the last one. Let me. We've got what 4 to go. So I'll take these. I'll take these next ones, and you can take the big guy. Does that sound good for you?
That sounds good to me, man.
All right, cool. So next is Best Art Direction for outstanding creative and or technical achievement in artistic design and animation. We have Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2 On the Beach, Ghost of Yote, Hades 2, and Hollow Knight Silk Song. I'm going to. I got a feeling I know how these votes are going, but I could be wrong. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save mine for the end. And let's kick it up. Bo, you look like you got something burning. Let's hear it, my friend.
I'm torn.
Dude, me too.
It's between
Me
Claire
too.
and Death Stranding. So the reason why on one end I'm like Claire is because it is unique. Like the character models, that's neither here nor there. But like some of those skyboxes, some of the worlds, like it is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Where, Ghost of Yote, if you've played Tsushima, you know how beautiful it is. Hades, it's they didn't reinvent an art style. Same with Silk Song. It's more of the same. Death Stranding 2, when we're talking like technical achievement and animation, those character models are insane. Like the line that has been blurred by Kojima and Decima is unreal. Like and that's where it's hard. I'm like, which route do I go?
Right.
Like 'cause I'm comparing two different things.
Yeah.
So if I wanted to go, if I'm going by my measurement of art direction, I honestly here would go Claire. Again, just because of the freshness, the uniqueness of that world. Because outside of the technical achievements of Death Stranding, I mean, it, aside from being beautiful, you've seen that terrain and some things from the first game. You're not in the same places, but it's still the same idea.
Mm-hmm.
All of these were, because again, these are all sequels. Where Claire's that's the fresh one. Well, sequels / spinoffs.
Yeah.
Claire's the fresh one. So
Right.
it just to be default art direction.
Yeah, they're all sequels
Claire.
opposed to Claire.
Yeah. No, exactly. So Claire.
It's totally fair. I could see that. Matt, I'm assuming you're in the same thought process.
It's similar. It is between two, of course, Claire and Silk Song.
Oh,
animation. Silk Song has some incredible animations. Bo, you can attest to this because you've played it. You're the only one on here that's played it. And just the layering they did and the hand drawn stuff, and like the fact that it's just incredibly well made from an artistic standpoint. But Claire,
there's some stuff in Claire that
dude, the animations at the end of some boss fights, and
some of those boss fights.
I know exactly the ability you get further into the game that does the things with the colors, like shit. And I mean, the whole game is based off of like the artistic process, right? I don't want to spoil anything, but it's a lot of like brushstrokes and so colorful. All the environments are so unique, and I mean, it just the models. It looks like someone went in and just handcrafted them and put them in the game. So it's very, very close. I would have given this to Hollow Knight because amazing art and amazing animation, but I got to give it to Claire because god damn, that game is beautiful.
I know.
It's so beautiful. So Claire.
Oh, that's it to be expected. The Hollow Knight was a interesting one.
Yeah.
All right, Caleb.
Hollow Knight's gorgeous.
So, Clair Obscur is the definitive winner for me in this category, but the second place was Hades 2.
Okay.
The way
I
that
love it.
their art style and design and direction, the way that
Oh,
team does things, and I'm pulling a little bit from Hades 1, obviously, because it is a sequel.
Right.
Yep. But even if you look at this nomination page, this best art direction, if you look at these splash screens, look at her design in Hades 2 and that thumbnail. That speaks volumes when you look at it immediately, right? Not to say the others don't, but that is more of a powerful art direction to me than the other four. Clair Obscur, well, that argument isn't the same. Like that little picture we get of Clair Obscur just pulls me in like, what is that world? I need to know. Hades 2 is who is she? I need to know. But this is what's that world? What's going on in that world? I need to know.
Skyboxes.
I can't go into as great of detail about Claire without just spoiling the shit out of it for why the art direction is the best of the best, in my opinion. But I can say, because they were in the marketing, the gestuals, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So unique, just a completely different like character model type that without a good art director, I mean, what would we have gotten instead? And that is barely scratching the surface. So this is kind of another slam dunk for me with Claire, because the game is art. That's, if I had to make literally to anybody and say video games are art, Clair Obscur is the one that I would say that's the one you check out easily. And so that it has to take art direction for that reason and that reason alone.
Yep.
But they're all really good too. Like it's a great year for it. Right?
It's a great lineup, dude.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll have a different outlook when I play Hades 2 as well. Like, but I just haven't played it. But Hades had some incredible art.
I agree with you. I can't wait to play Hades 2 and Ghost of Yotei for that. So this is why I chose last for this. I see I see all of the arguments, all five of these. You could just shuffle the deck, hand out a card, and you'd probably have a winner.
Yep.
But it's not just about the creativity. It's also about like they said, the technical achievement. And when you are in the middle of a thunderstorm and the rain is hitting and it sounds like rain hitting the wind, hitting the rain hitting your face. I think Death Stranding 2 did a lot more in the technical aspect. I think there's a lot of good art direction for sure in Clair Obscur, but I think the execution in Death Stranding 2 was not by a country mile, but it was ahead. And I think Clair Obscur is a beautiful game. But I think there were some things. It's still a little rough around the edges, and I encourage anybody that's going to scream at me about this, and not you guys, because we'd love to shape the conversation here. I encourage you to, now that 6 months has passed, go play Clair Obscur, and then compare it to what was done on to Death Stranding 2, and it has its rough edges.
That's fair. The graphics aren't top of the line. They're just not.
They're not.
No, and like, my jaw dropped in that game for different reasons, and that's Supermoon and Death Stranding 2.
Yeah,
some of those things.
That was so cool.
Thank you. That Matt sent me a picture of it. I got one, but the one he sent me was perfect. I
Mhm.
looked at it and went, that's Death Stranding 2. That's the
yeah.
feeling of isolation. That's what this game is about from a technical
Mhm.
standpoint.
Yeah.
I love that picture, man. That thing damn near became a desktop background for me.
Oh shit, really? I'm
Yeah,
happy to hear that.
keep in mind, folks, Death Stranding 2 is the game that's getting teenagers across the pond in the UK access to the internet.
Right.
Yeah, because Norman Reedus is like I said, the models and stuff, what he has achieved, it's unreal.
So that's where I had to differ, gentlemen, at least on this one, for now.
Okay.
And Death Stranding 2.
I love it.
Yeah, love it.
Best narrative. So for outstanding storytelling and narrative development in a game, we have Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2 On the Beach, Ghost of Yote, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and Silent Hill F. I started with Matt, or Caleb Bo. So we're going to start with Caleb now.
This was actually a really hard one as well, until it wasn't. Honestly, like it was just like the
Right.
power behind Death Stranding 2's narrative was almost unequivocal for very different reasons, right? I mean, it just it hit you in different ways. The thing about my choice is going to be Clair Obscur, clearly, because Kojima's weird, crazy bullshit that works is great for someone like me. Clair Obscur's narrative was just kind of perfect the entire way through, beginning, middle, and end. I could not find any flaws with the narrative specifically when you're talking about something that is quite literally like an art piece, right? And Kojima's is very artistic as well. Like, I don't want to take that away. It was really, really close until I sat down. I was far enough away from both games. Like, I played them months ago, and I just thought the one that resonated with me, that would stick with me for a lot longer, is Clair. Like, that will be with me for a long time. I won't forget Death Stranding 2, but Claire's was just really powerful for different reasons. And I think part of it is because of, again, my upbringing with the cinematic. Again, not taking anything with away from Death Stranding, but the music, the world that they built, the performances, just everything about it. The narrative really hit hard for me with Claire. It hit like hard -1 with Death Stranding. It's real close. Like, I don't want to make it sound like it wasn't close,
Minus
but
61.
it's
Yeah.
So for me, it's Claire. And respect to Ghost of Yote, respect to Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and Silent Hill F. But like, you knew you were coming in with these two big dogs. It's not even close between those two and the other three. Like, I think Claire and Death Stranding, either one of them could win, and I would be happy. But I would vote for Claire.
Right.
Yeah. That's good. I respect it. What about you, Matt?
So I've played 3 of these, beat 2 of them, and yeah, it's really no contest for me. Claire. I mean, it had one of the best stories. It was expertly told, and the performance telling it, and the character building, and just, I mean, it's just a masterclass in storytelling and narrative. So Death Stranding was awesome too, amazing, but Claire just it hit like Death Stranding. Claire, I was smiling ear to ear the entire fucking time, and I was having a blast with it.
Or crying, right?
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Smiling or crying half the time for sure. My heart ripped out and then put back in and then ripped out again. Yeah. So with Death Stranding, I did hit a lull where I was like, okay, like I'm having fun, but this is kind of it's overstaying its welcome a little bit, and then it hits the next story beat, and you're like, okay, cool. With Claire, never felt that one time ever. It was just a roller coaster of emotions and character building and the artistic struggle, just the whole time. So Claire, easily.
That's fair, man. I respect that decision. Bo. He's a deep thought, man. Because he's like me. He's torn. I could see it in his
For
eyes.
me personally, it's Death Stranding.
Yeah.
Just it's you can't elaborate without spoilers.
Yeah, it's
Right.
hard.
Things that we can talk about after. There's the stories in all of these games. I'm halfway through Ghost, but I talked about how the story beats hit in that game. Silent Hill it fucking rocks. You have to play it 3 times. I'm on my 3rd playthrough. The first ending is the worst of the 4 that I've seen. There's 5 endings. I've seen 4. The first, the ending that you were stuck with in the first playthrough sucks, but you have to keep playing, and that narrative is awesome. Claire's great. I think where I'm kind of held back is like there's some ideas that are in there that just, it's not that they're not fleshed out. I'm just like, I feel like on one level I'm just getting a part of a story. Where I mean there is like a resolution in Death Stranding, and those story beats, I don't know, I felt myself a lot more emotionally connected.
Nah.
On many levels, yes. Again, it's hard to discuss. It's hard to discuss without
Right.
spoilers,
I mean,
so-
there's a reason that the 2 longest spoiler casts were Clair Obscur and Death Stranding too.
Uh-huh.
Right?
It's
We
not like
nailed
we're
it.
shitting on one or another. They're both really, really fucking good. It's
Yeah.
really hard to
They're
choose.
both really good.
And they both resonated with all of us.
They really did. If I can, Bo, I think I can help you with your description here or your justification, because I'm with you. Death Stranding 2. I think both between that and Clair Obscur, the narrative and storytelling, amazing, top tier. Like, but the difference for me, I mean, there was a multitude of differences. Like, I as a my background, and not trying to get to be not to be spoilery, but as a father and a husband and everything else, I found Death Stranding 2 connected a little bit more. Like I said in the spoiler cast, there was one point I put the controller down and I went outside and smoked a cigarette because I was ready to just like I had to process that much. When you're telling a story and you're hitting emotional beats and you want your audience to feel the story, they both execute that on really well. But I think Death Stranding 2 did something even better. Kojima said, I'm going to make you feel X. I'm going to then call how you're going to respond to it. And then I'm going to use that to tell the story, flip the script on you again. He was literally
Very
3
fair
steps
point.
ahead of you from the beginning. And you had no idea that was going to happen. And that's why I think I got to give it to Death Stranding a little bit more.
Well said.
Yeah. No, I love that. The like aha moments. And again, it's hard because it's a sequel, and we'd spent time with characters already, and we're already again connected to this world, that those aha moments hit, and you're just like, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, 2 categories left, folks. Unless anybody had here we go. This next one, Best Game Direction. Awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. We have Clair Obscur, Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, On the Beach, Ghost of Yotei, Hades 2, and Split Fiction.
Sound familiar, folks?
Sounds like a very familiar deck. I do want to say Ghost of Yotei is kind of unfortunately in a bad or awkward position because from everything I understand, it's an amazing game.
Yeah, it's great.
And I wanted to, and not to ramble a little too much, but the conversation around Yotei, whether it's been successful or not, this just goes to show it is. But people are going to leverage it and say, well, it didn't win anything, and I'm going to have to be like, go shine it.
Yeah.
All right. I think I'm gonna flip the script, gentlemen. And I think I'll take this one.
Yeah, go for it.
For you. So when we're talking about the vision and innovation in design, Death Stranding 2 is more of Death Stranding, and it's really good and it's refined. But Clair Obscur does something very unique very innovative, and it hits really well. It blends things together that should not work in a way that you're like, oh wow, I didn't think this was possible. Just from the way they do combat and with the parry and the dodge system, and the way from an RPG mechanic standpoint, the way you can customize your characters and truly break the game and do all of these great things. That's where Clair Obscur shines better than any other game this year.
Yeah.
So that would be my vote for this one. Let's say Matt.
Sure. Yeah, I'll take it next. I'm split between. Well, no, I have a clear winner, but the second runner-up, I got to give it to Split Fiction for that last level. The design of that, like we played it together, and we were just like, "Oh my god!" Like, I didn't know video games could do this. I didn't even know this was possible. Like, how is this happening? I need to know more. But my vote goes to Clair Obscur. It's just like you said, you got the combat. They mix so many elements and so many mechanics, and they just fit it in so well, and it's so well done and so well executed. And yeah, I just loved every second of the combat of Clair Obscur. There was no time where I was like, oh, there's another fucking enemy, I gotta fight. No, I was looking for enemies to fight so I could like get the pictos and tweak my build. And the build crafting, I was telling Bo this, like I'll look up something in game after I beat the game for the like a broken build, but I broke that shit myself. I got to a boss and I was like, oh yeah, I got this. Nope,
They
boss broke
encouraged it.
me. Exactly. And then I was like, okay, now I got a broken build. There's nothing that can stop me. You get to the next wall, game breaks you again. Well, fuck, I gotta break it again. And when I got to that final super boss, I really had to like scrape the fucking pictos together and the luminous and just crack that game open wide. And that was so satisfying to do that myself and just completely break everything. Yeah, dude, I had so much fun breaking the builds and the combat in Clair Obscur. So it definitely it gets my vote. Split Fiction, that last level though, that could win on that alone, honestly. So, but yeah. Clair gets my vote.
Very well put. I totally forgot about that Split Fiction. That last level needs to be studied for level design.
Yes.
And taught in classes, because that was beautiful.
Yeah. Caleb, it's like, well, no, you haven't played Split Fiction. This last level, like you're like, how did they do this?
Mm-hmm. I'll play it with you, Caleb.
Yeah, there you go.
My cousin bought it, and he was begging me to play it, but he's only off on like Mondays and Tuesdays, and we were gonna play it 2 Mondays ago, and then he was like 6 hours late and didn't tell me, and I got pissed off, and I was like, the fuck, we were supposed to play. He was like, oh, oops. But like, we will. I promised him I would, and actually, he just turned 40. November 20th is his birthday, so I gotta text him.
Happy birthday.
But maybe my birthday present will be I'll not be mad at him for making me wait 6 fucking hours to play this. Anyway, yeah.
Speaking of birthday boys, all right, Bo, where are you landing in on this one, my friend?
I am identical to Matt.
Cool.
Split Fiction needs its flowers. When you want to talk about creative and innovative, yeah. I mean, again, Caleb, I know you've only seen clips. Just take what Insomniac did with Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart and just times it by 1,000,000 and master it.
That's cool.
It rocks. But no, it has to be Clair.
Yeah.
That's, when I looked at these categories for the narrative and game direction, I was like, Death Stranding's getting one, Clair's getting the other.
Yep.
And yeah, this is the one Clair gets.
Boy, I'm
cool.
I agree. Go ahead, Caleb.
I'm very surprised by this, because when I think of game direction, not to take anything away from Claire at all, but I actually think Death Stranding 2 is a much more difficult game to direct properly. And I'm not saying that Claire is easy, not by any means.
No, you're
but
not wrong.
you have to think about the direction of a game. I mean, if you look at the category, outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design, creative vision, both of those games, and I'm not saying anything against Split Fiction, I just am not as familiar. But if anybody else was in charge of making Death Stranding 2, it would be a fucking mess, right? You need to have that creative vision. You really do.
You're not wrong.
And now I'm not saying that another creative director could have made Claire just as good, but if you had the two scripts side by side, if you had the two voice actors side, or the all the voice acting cast side by side, you had the audio design team side by side, I do actually think Death Stranding 2 would be much more difficult to do without that direction, the right direction. So strangely, as much as I love Clair Obscur, I have to give game direction to Death Stranding 2.
Absolute
awesome.
cinema, folks.
And I do. I mean, cinematically, Clair Obscur does win, in my opinion. But I do think that part of this, I might be pulling in too much of my film and television background, because I know what a bad director can do, and the bad director can really ruin everything that's amazing. And this is more of a Kojima thing than taking away from Claire. I think Claire's game direction is absolutely fantastic. I just think Death Stranding 2 is a lot harder to pull off. So that's why that's really why I eke it out there, which is weird.
Games are like cinema now, they are on sets and motion capturing and acting. Like that line is just getting thinner and thinner. So no, that's valid.
It's real hard though. I mean, it almost hurt my feelings when I was like, I gotta go the other way. When I was looking at these before.
That's fair. And you do bring up a good point, because I do remember seeing interviews with Norman Reedus, and his interaction with Kojima was, Kojima says, I need you to do this, and this is how you're going to portray it, and just trust me. And Norman Reedus is like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. Like, I have no clue and context, but I trust you emphatically, and this is the result. So I can see that. That was a good point.
Both of them absolutely deserve it. I mean, they really do. It's so hard.
Well, here we are, folks. I'm going to turn it over to you, Matt, for the big enchilada.
Yep. Yeah, we're here. We've made it. The crown jewel of the year, the game of the year, the GOATY, the best of the best, the game we love the most, the one that made the most impact throughout the year. Man, we've played so many games this year. This year has been incredible for games, and we've just had banger after banger. So this game of the year is very heavy and holds a lot of weight because we've had so many great games. This is Game of the Year, recognizing a game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields. This is the king. This is the GOATY. We have Clair Obscur, Expedition 33 from Sandfall Interactive. Death Stranding 2, On the Beach from Kojima Productions. Donkey Kong Bonanza from Nintendo. Hades 2 from Supergiant Games. Hollow Knight Silk Song from Team Cherry. And Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 from Warhorse Studios. Holy shit. We're here. Who wants to go first?
Clair Obscur. That's it. I don't have to say anything else. It's the fucking best thing that's happened in 25 years. So I'll go first.
All right. Excellent. I love it. Whoa.
Oh man. So, I mean, I already mentioned that Indiana Jones, was a snub, but
Sure.
I can't kick any of these out. It's a matter of
Right.
like
They all
expanding
deserve
the
to be
field.
there.
Kind of like how the Academy Awards went to 10 Best Picture nominees. Like, yeah, all of these games are phenomenal, but I have to.
Yeah. Nice. Hell yeah.
Those
Expand
are
that chiral
amazing.
network. He's
Yep.
showing the Cupid
That's
from
cool.
Death Stranding.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Death Stranding 2.
Okay.
It's a masterpiece.
Anything else to say for it other than just it's a masterpiece?
No, it's
We've been talking about them like
Yeah.
there's so many overlapping nominees,
about
right?
it. It just
Yeah.
that game just hit me. I mean, both did. Both hit me. Just Death Stranding 2. I mean,
Well, I even think I said
there's
it
not-
before, where like if Clair Obscur loses to anything, it better fucking be Death Stranding too. Like
Yeah.
nothing against the others, just you. If you're gonna lose to the king, I believe is how I said it, and that the king.
No,
would be Kojima.
literally, it's like.
But I do
yeah.
think that this is Claire's year. If they came out in different years, I don't even think it'd be a contest. I really don't. I think it would have just been one and then the other. So
Mhm.
mad respect for Death Stranding 2 as well. I can't argue with your choice. It is a masterpiece. They're both masterpieces.
No,
Huh?
tons of masterpieces this year.
Yeah, great.
Oh, it has
There
been
have
the
been.
year of games.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
100%.
I guess I'm done stalling enough, huh?
Yeah.
All right. I do want to call out one last Donkey Kong Bonanza being here after being not in the other categories that lead up to it kind of feels a little weird. I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah.
A Nintendo tax. I know it's a good game, but like if it didn't end up in, well, we'll leave it at that. This contest was not even close until it was. There was no doubt on who Goaty was until the game started rolling in. And at the end of the day, I spent 1.5 times playing Death Stranding 2 than I did Claire, and I still want to go back and play Death Stranding 2 to this day.
Me too.
I can't because of the year of the games that we have going on right now. And I platinum Death Stranding, but I still want to go max everything out. I want to go do all of this stuff, and I want more and more and more. And Clair Obscur is amazing, and I will play the DLC when it comes. But I left that game feeling satiated, and I don't have ever a reason to ever want to go back and necessarily replay it. So for that, Kojima, if Sakaguchi made Clair Obscur, this might be a tighter race. But for that, if you're going to lose, you lose to the king, and it's got to go to Kojima.
Nice. All right.
Couldn't agree more with the way that you phrased that.
Well said. Well said. All right. My
Now,
game
who
of
do
the
we
year.
think is gonna win?
I've played 3 of these. I do think Split Fiction got a little snubbed. I think it should have been nominated, but it might have been biased. Clair Obscur. It's been a game has lived in my heart since fucking April, and nothing has touched it. Honestly, nothing this year has touched it. Silk Song was phenomenal. In another year where Claire doesn't exist, maybe. I loved it. Silk Song, I completed it, Act 1 through 3. Loved it. One of my favorite Metroidvanias of all time. Claire is special, and it has always been my game of the year since I finished it in April. It hasn't been touched. Death Stranding didn't even come close, honestly. Claire is just it's it's one of my favorite games of all time, man. Like it's from one of my favorite genres of all time. It explores some of my favorite sci-fi themes. Let's just say that. Some of my favorite movies are based off this theme. So Clair Obscur is, and I saw this game when it first was announced at the Xbox event. And I was like, holy shit. And I I drafted this game. I was the one to draft it, and I believed in it from day fucking one. The minute I saw this game, I knew it was going to be special, and I had very high expectations for it, and it blew them away. It blew my fucking expectations away, and they were already high. So, Clair Obscur, it hasn't been touched. I know I've been like, well, no one knows my game of the year. No, it's Clair. It always has been.
I knew it was.
It always has been. It's such a special game, and I can't wait to get a remaster one day and play it again. I just love it. It was just masterfully crafted, and it's gonna win. It's gonna fucking win, hands down. It's gonna win Game of the Year.
Probably. If not, people are going to scream rigged until the end of time.
I think it's gonna win. It's
gonna win.
Most nominated ever.
Yeah.
And I think this is, despite all the games, I think this is the one year that they can get away with voting for Clair and the majority being happy.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a God of War versus Red Dead Redemption. It's not Last of Us versus Ghost. Like, I feel like if Clair wins, people
the little
will be
guy
happy.
I mean,
I feel like it's not anymore, but
right, yeah. I mean, Team Cherry's smaller too, so
yeah.
I think it changed the
yeah.
game. I think it changed the game quite a bit for what artistic storytelling could do, and not that we haven't made great strides. I mean, we have in the last 10 years for sure, but everybody was saying that, you know, turn-based is dead. Nobody has the patience for this. Nobody wants to deal with that shit. And then you get this small fucking team of 33 people and a dog who come together and make this like absolute
ex-Ubisoft devs.
Yeah, just an absolute fucking banger. The thing, going back to the game direction thing, one of the things that Clair Obscur did better than anybody else, it also had luck on its side. Everything that could go right went right. It's almost like somehow you really can't describe, because you would think that somewhere along the lines they would have lost funding or lost a voice actor or lost you know, their musician may have been poached by somebody else when they learned what he could do, whatever it would be. And instead everything was just like, no, we got this, we're just going to keep making this awesome. And then the game from beginning, middle to end. And that's not to take away from the other games by any means. It's just Clair had that. It's almost like, you guys remember, we all played Halo 3, Master Chief, when Cortana is saying that he had, John 117 had something that nobody else had, and her thing was luck. Clair Obscur had the most luck. Like, it came out at the right time. It had the right team. It had everything.
It really did.
For it. It's, if you rolled a dice, the 20-sided die 20 times, Clair got 19 out of those 20 times. The time it didn't was the platforming. Everything else got a fucking critical hit. Like, you know, it's just, which is insane. That's very lucky. So I do think that you're right. I think this is the year that it could win and not piss a lot of people off. I think people will generally.
No,
like,
exactly.
Yep.
It definitely has this. I like how you said that luck factor behind it. It's the year that shows that, like you said, 30 people and a dog come together, right? And they make something. And I think this is what makes Clair Obscur so good, is the bar is now set so fucking high for a debut game. If they do not get 20 out of 20 on their on their rolls, people are gonna consider the next game a quote unquote failure.
Yeah,
it's going to happen in the. I'm not saying it'll objectively be true, but what I am going to say is they better not trip at all on their next game. Otherwise, people are gonna.
It's tough.
Yeah, it's tough. You're only as good as your last game at the end of the day.
That's the hard part, because I'm obviously there for Sandfall Interactive's next game. I want more of the world that they've created, but they have made it so hard on themselves. Like, if they don't come out with a game that's 110 out of 100, people are going to be like, that's the worst day of my life.
No, it would be like if Michael Jackson dropped the Thriller album for his debut album. Like, okay, good luck.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, even you can make this argument, I will not go on about this for a long time, but like the Final Fantasy series hitting its pinnacle early. A lot of people are really hard on 13. A lot of people are really hard on the recent ones because they just had like 5 back-to-back that were fucking awesome. And I'm including Tactics in that. And then when you go, like 12 is still objectively very good. It wasn't 10, but like people really hate that. And then you've got 13 where it's like 13 is really solid on its own after you've played 30 hours and you get to actually play the game, but it's really good when you take it out of its context. And I think, like, imagine if Square's very first game ever was Final Fantasy VII. They would have never stood a chance. They would have never lasted as long as they did.
That's true.
Because, and I'm not shitting on 8, but they built up to 7. And then they had some afterwards that were good. People were around. Sandfall, their first game was their Final Fantasy VII. So it's like, where do you go from here? I don't know. Like, good luck, guys. If I were them, I would be like, and we're done. That's it. We're all just going to do our own thing.
Right? It's true though.
Now
like,
because
I wouldn't be angry.
All eyes.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be angry if they did that.
Which is also why I think we should win Game of the Year, so they can just be like, we're out. See ya.
Yep.
Here's your DLC. We're done.
Well, it's Larian Studios is in the same boat after Baldur's Gate. Like, good luck.
Yeah.
Right.
There's just that's tough.
Yeah.
Counterpoint. Yeah. They love what they do, so I feel like they're going to make something great. Like,
if
anything, they should go the studio sabotage route and just maybe the next game is like a fucking different genre. I think that would be the smartest thing for them to do, so that you're not comparing yourself to your predecessors.
It showed they loved making that game. In the game, you felt it. You felt their passion in the art they created.
Yeah.
And it was just, it like bled through.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing. What were you going to say, Bob?
I was going to say, no context spoilers. You know what they need to do, Caleb? The next game needs to be Expedition 60 as a beat 'em up brawler.
Dude,
a 2D
I would
fighter.
be so down with that.
No, a side scroller. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. Holy crap.
I want to know what they look like in that art. Make me so happy.
You need an art book. Yeah. But yeah, what an incredible lineup. Like I said, like, dude, Silksong is my top 3 favorite Metroidvanias of all time. Metroidvania is one of my top 3 video game genres of all time. Like Death Stranding too, amazing, incredible game. Like 9 out of 10, easy. Like, but just Claire hit me on another level for many reasons. Personally,
it's like a 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
just the Claire's.
Yeah, that's a 10 out of 10.
Like it's it's just how.
9.9
tomato. It's
that's true. It's always hard. Like each one has
Fiction and Schindler's List released the same year. Like, how do you fucking pick?
Each piece of art has something unique to offer. So yeah, but Claire's story hit home for me a little bit, and
for sure.
Whew. So yeah, and that's the subjective nature of these things, right? It's subjective, and that's why we started this podcast.
I feel like next time I feel this way, I'm going to be 65 years old based on the track record of game releases. So like, my next Claire will be when I'm 65. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Think about it.
But man,
that'll probably be when Grand Theft Auto 7 comes out.
I look forward to it. Will it be Nico Bellic's son? Will he be in Grand Theft Auto 7?
Shit.
Still no Half-Life 3.
Yep, still not.
So do we have any just quickly, any bold predictions for the show? Like what we think we're going to see, what we think they're going to close out with? I think they might close out with Intergalactic again. We'll see more of that.
I think we're going to see something from the 3D Mario realm.
No. Nintendo's never
Hey,
there.
You said bold. I didn't say it had to be realistic.
Oh yeah, no, Nintendo's never there. I was waiting for Metroid and shit. Nah, Nintendo.
Yeah, no. If we, in all it would be fun. In all seriousness, I don't know. That's really tough.
I think we'll close out the show with something new because Jeff does like to drop like, hey, this is a world premiere, like we've never seen this before. Not that I
The
disagree
third entry
about...
in Final Fantasy VII.
So I was wondering about that. I think it's still a little too early. I don't think that's coming until mid 2027.
Maybe for a teaser.
And I could see I could see a teaser, but I also don't know that Square wants to do that yet. That's a tough one. Like I'd be there for it, but I think
I can't wait.
The problem is I don't know what the surprise would be, because if PlayStation has their 2 IPs next year, it's Saros and Wolverine. I don't know that we'd see anything from PlayStation. So then you would have to go to a real strong third party. However, we did have the lull of these games as a service that didn't pan out. Like, obviously we got a really good
Concord's revival.
Jesus.
But I wouldn't be surprised. There's a slight chance that PlayStation drops 3 next year, because they have not been dropping their first party ones.
Yeah, exactly.
As often, like,
that's
the
what I'm
last couple
thinking.
of years. So I could see like unfortunately, the Ratchet and Clank we just saw was not what we wanted. The I don't even remember the name of it, but
Sony Santa Monica's new game.
I was thinking the God of War devs have been real quiet lately. I could see them having something. It might not even release in 2026, but they might be like Intergalactic. They might be like, here's what we're working on. Get excited. Now shut the fuck up and play these other games instead. I could see that being the show ender.
That's true.
That'd be my guess.
What do you think, Bo?
Let's go. You want to get nuts? Let's go. Let's get nuts.
All right, Michael Keaton.
Half-Life 3.
Yeah.
Ah, Jesus.
No, he's not wrong.
I know. It lines up.
It does.
The rumors are swirling, man. The rumors are swirling hard.
Always swirling.
Did you see the interaction on Twitter with Jeff?
Yep.
Let's
not.
talk about it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because I see Caleb's head. He had posted a picture of the Steam store, and it was like Kingdom Come Deliverance, and it was like, Game of the Year nominations, like sales going on, and it was his like Steam profile, and it said wishlisted 1.
Oh shit!
And everybody was like, "What's the wishlisted game?" And all Jeff did was give the eyeballs emoji.
That's cool.
And everybody's like, "What's the one game, Jeff?"
I mean, we know it's Marvel Cosmic
Just
Invasion.
adding to it.
That's crazy.
No,
so he's just feeding into it.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He is.
That would be pretty dope. Elder Scrolls 6 Shadow Drop.
Maybe. Sure. Yeah.
I don't count anything out after Valve's announcement.
Yeah, that's true. They want to get in the limelight. It would be a system seller too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
I do actually hope, if it's not something like Half-Life 3 that we like, the big surprise that we get, I do hope it's something unique and original and not necessarily like sequel number 65 for something. And I mean, if they decided they wanted to show Final Fantasy 17, I would shit my pants, but I don't think that's how you end a show for the Game Awards. Personally, what
if he's like, I've got one more reveal and Gabe walks on stage? Okay, like,
damn.
I'll probably cry like a little girl and be like, "Is it really happening?"
I'll probably look to my right and
Crazy.
Bryant will be sitting there, and then I'll look to my left and JFK will be sitting there, and I'm like, "Fuck, I died."
Yeah, no, I'm dead. I'm not.
I knew it was too good to be true.
I'm not walking upstairs because a nuke just dropped and we're all toast, because that's what would happen.
Yeah. The world ended.
Damn. Well, it should be one hell of a show if it is on the if it's on the heels of last year.
Yeah.
And we're excited. We're gonna watch it the night of. I'm gonna throw a little get together for it, and we're gonna be in person and watching it and reacting. We're not gonna record it, but yeah, I always watch it live. So I'm super excited. We're all super excited for the show. You should be super excited. In 21 days, it airs at 6 p.m. December 11th.
Right? Thursday, right?
So Thursday, December 11th. Yes. And let us know what you think. Let us know what your game of the year is. I'm going to throw that poll up on Discord, and make sure and vote. Let's get some good data there. And if you have any comments, questions, concerns, hit us up on Discord. We're always there. And yeah, what do you guys say we get the hell out of here? This has been a very long episode. It has been very fun, though.
It wasn't entirely
has
my
been
fault,
awesome.
was it?
No, we had a lot to
It was
go.
all of us.
Yeah. So
we all had
I love
thoughts.
it. It was good conversation, good entertainment.
It was great.
We hope you all enjoyed it. And yeah, just keep the conversation going. Hit up Discord. We're there. And keep talking about games, man. They're the best fucking form of art. And we're about to celebrate them in less than a month.
Big time.
Get excited.
Well, thanks
All
for
right,
having Bo and me on the show. It was a
Yes,
good
thank
episode
you.
to be a part of, for sure. It was a
Thanks
lot
for
of fun.
being on the show, man.
right.
We really appreciate you guys joining. You guys add another level to the episode, and we really appreciate it. So this definitely won't be the last time. And thanks for joining. What are you doing with your hat, man?
It's 2 a.m. here for me, so I'm
Oh my
slap
God,
happy
yeah.
with.
It's loopy.
Wait,
Holy
I
shit.
love it.
Yeah, we really appreciate you being on, and we've had a blast.
Clair Obscur. I'm trying to get une baguette. It's not working.
Oh yeah,
It's
Oh
not
baguette.
my
working.
God.
It's not working at
Yeah.
all.
That's another thing. I bought a baguette before I played Clair Obscur. And
Jesus
I,
Christ.
Yeah, I had the baguette. So.
I ate a bunch
Cool.
in France. Anyway,
Yep. Yeah, you were in France.
I was.
Shit.
It's great.
All right. Well, yeah. Thanks again, guys, for joining. It's been a pleasure, and it's been a blast. And it's been real, and I'm fucking tired too. So keep the conversation going. Everyone have a great rest of your evening, night, day, whenever you're listening to this.
Peace.
Shapes of Gaming is a podcast shaped around gaming and, most importantly, our community. That's you. It is written, created, and recorded in beautiful Colorado Springs, Colorado by me, Matt Stenson, and my good friend Bob Harriman. If you would like to be part of this amazing community, be sure to like, subscribe, or follow us on all the social media platforms or the podcast app of your choice. Thanks so much for listening, and always remember, keep the conversation going, and most importantly, keep gaming.